Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Blast Off with Light. I just finished up the 12-hour stream for the 256 subscriber special, and I want to record this episode before I fall into the deepest sleep I've had in ages, because, well, 12 hours is a long time. But first, it seems I'm out of water again, so we should do something about that. Oh, out of water again. Hopefully, this will be all we need for this episode. We'll probably keep this short because I don't want to necessarily do anything more. I just want to show what happened during the special. First things first, I made Kong, this obsidian hammer. Obsidian hammer. I used it for quite a bit of things. Ended up using about a stack of obsidian to repair it. And oddly enough, that led to completing one of the quests that we hadn't done for a long, long time because of these plates. So we got some moss. Good to go. Another thing that I did during the special was I finished the mana generating flowers quest. Got ourselves some thermal lilies, mana steel, and mana diamond. So that's awesome. Now to look at some flowers that use mana. So we definitely made the exoflames. Hopperhawks and the Jaded Amaranthus. Good. Let's see what else we've got. Agricarnation. Helps things grow faster. Meh. Bellthorn. Don't really recall what that does. Fallen Kanade. Gives you regeneration. Heisei Dream. This one makes the mobs turn on each other, I think. The Tiger's Eye scares away creepers. And the Orchid. I was planning on building this one in... making this one anyway. Bellthorn, using mana inflicts damage on all living things around it, except for players. Okay. Good enough. So, a lot of this is complete. We'll have to keep an eye out on a couple of these things to try to push those forward. I took a look at the pressurization thing. These advanced PCBs are so expensive. It'll take a little bit of time to get that. This one, however, when exploring, I found an assembly laser, so we still just need the assembly I/O units. So yeah, if we look in my inventory, we've got those 3 flowers. Also have these things right here, though it reorganized my inventory when I did something, so they weren't all together. So let's head upstairs and take a look at that. You'll see that my secret project stuff is now missing from here. So if you missed it in the last episode, well, you're still missing it now. So we come on over here, and we just go into the hopper, drop pearl, 8 skull minion orbs, 4 spider eyes, and a red meteor gem. How much pressure do we have? Ooh, hardly any. So we just come on down in here. Grab ourselves some charcoal. 5 should be enough. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we just wait for quite a while, and that will eventually turn into what we need. I don't necessarily trust leaving it here to do its job, because the last time I did that, during the stream even, this part exploded! Kaboom! Letting out all the fireworks that were apparently stored in the pressure thingy. Yeah, takes a little while for it to get everything inside. And it takes a little bit of the pressure away each time it does that too. So, might take a little bit for these to do their thing. Let's grab a little extra charcoal just in case. Now this is a very important recipe. It'll be very handy for the future. Oh yeah, this thing works like gangbusters. I used up a lot of the concrete, and I still have over a chest full of concrete in here, and I've been using the gravel for something else that I'll show you in a second. Actually, let's grab a little bit of that for use in the near future. Actually, I can transform it right now. How much did I grab? I grabbed 3. So you can take the gravel and take 4 in a 2x2 to make gravel bricks. And then using the gravel bricks with stone brick slabs, you can make a very nice block, the gravel road. Which you can see how I use the asphalt over there. See how this is doing. It's still slowly making its way. So let's walk along here so you can see a nice asphalt road that goes, if you look at the mini map, it goes all the way around my place. It's got a little road going off in each of the cardinal directions. I finished up my witchwater moat around my mycelium area. I'm thinking of dividing up the world into little districts, so that should make the roads make a little more sense, so I don't just have random roads going random places. Yeah, so that was a nice project to work on while waiting for everybody to show up. Come on, move faster. Oh, right here. This is another fancy thing that I made. This is from Botania, the assembly halo, that you always have a crafting table anywhere you go. So, say I was along here, I'm like, oh, man, I forgot. I need to craft a thing. Boom! Crafting table. And it can remember various recipes. So the last thing that you made in this crafting table, it sees and lets you assign to... Well, if I could make it, it would let me assign it to the thing, and then I could redo it whenever I want to. So, for example, I can make compressed hardened clay from the hardened clay in my inventory. Let's move some things off our bar. Bonk. Only enough for one, though. So we don't have enough to make the double compressed. But this came in handy when clearing out all of the hardened clay out here, because you can only hold like a stack and a half before you get thoroughly encumbered. It's just no good. And yes, you've probably noticed by now that I am not looking in a particular direction, because it's a big old reveal and I want to have sufficient drama. Ooh, what is that? Dark steel ladder, faster than regular ladders. That's really cool. It's probably not going to be enough. So let's give it a little more charcoal and... Oh, right. The speed upgrades got exploded. Ugh. Man, I don't want to have to make those. Those cost cake. So, yeah, you need to be responsible when working in high-pressure situations. Let's see. What else did we do? So, you can see that a lot of this area has been greenified. The obsidian generator is working pretty darn well as well. It's not quite as amazing as the concrete farm, but 3.5 stacks of obsidian is nothing to scoff at, and it's generated all this cobblestone too. Speaking of which, I probably need more lava. Come on now. Boink. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, nice little bridge over there going over the slimy area. Man. Certainly does take its sweet old time getting up there. But we know we're about 10 minutes into the episode because the sun is going down. So once this next charcoal starts cooking, we'll probably head on inside and sleep. We'll come back Oh, everything despawned. That is ridiculous. Oh. Granted, I do have enough to do it again. But that's ridiculous. I thought Mine Martin would have added something to prevent that by now. Because Vasky certainly has despawn prevention stuff in a lot of the Botania things. Granted, I've got enough materials, I can do it again. It's just frustrating. But it is a good cautionary tale for all you. Make sure your pressure chamber is pressurized before you toss everything in. What am I looking for? Spider eyes. There were some spider eyes. I need more. I think there are more over here. Yeah. Spider eyes, those guys. Red gem, which is also fairly renewable. Oh! I can show you the pearl farm. So here we are. We got a bit of water, some of these pearl oysters, and some hoppers. The hoppers have sand in them. And then these just sit there and do their thing and eventually produce pearls. They're not particularly fast, but they get the job done. I've got an extra one down here too. So they get the job done. I don't know if there's any way of getting more of them in this pack, though. You get the 3 from the quests, and that's pretty much the end of it. Let's go this way. Now, hopefully, this is pressured up to 4. And slightly more than 4, so we can lose some when putting everything back in. So, 8, 4, 1, and 1. Yeah, and we don't want to put another charcoal in because it might cause it to explode. And we don't want to take that risk. And each time it goes, shh, that's something going in. Now this is a lot of items for one recipe, and it would be much better with the spectranthemum. I believe it's the flower I talked about last time that teleports objects. It would be a lot better with that because it would be able to teleport pretty much all of these all at once. You wouldn't have to wait. Little by little. Well, at least we got all the minion orbs in there. Bonk. Now, what I get from this is incredibly valuable. Which does make me a little bit upset that I wasted some of the resources. But the skull minion orbs you get from the summoners, and they're not that uncommon, and they drop several when you kill them. And my Terrorblade now has looting and sharpness on it. My time over at the Blaze Farm has certainly paid dividends. It hasn't got me a fortune book yet, but it does get me a lot of iron. Even dropped a golden apple, too. That was cool. So we've got all this iron over here, a little bit of iron in there, and during the stream I compressed several more blocks of compressed iron, because, well, I do have a tendency of having my things explode on me, so it's generally good. Oh man, we'll put one more in. So yeah, I need to put in the security upgrades and whatnot to prevent these things from exploding. Speaking of which, I had a security upgrade this whole time. What that does in regular machines, it causes them to vent their pressure when it gets too high. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, wouldn't have exploded if I had one of those in there. So it goes. Yeah. Come on. Pop. There we go. Two more Eyes of Galgador. Now, there are a couple of things these are used for besides the mana pearls, but that's what I'm going to use them for. So, that's the big deal with those. One thing that I noticed, the mining well necessary for the pump that I use down there requires an iron pickaxe. Not craftable. Iron sticks, no pick. You actually have to farm them up. You have to kill either a haunted one or kill enough of the infernal mobs to get one of them to drop one. With my blaze farm, that's not too hard, but it still takes time. And it was just frustrating to think, I could totally make one, and then you can't. So, I think I have built enough suspense. Voila! This is what I spent quite a lot of the time doing. I figured it was time we did something aesthetic. So I made a forest with a mountain, well, hill, and a nice road. So we got this asphalt, goes all the way around, and these gravel roads on the sides just look so nice. So you just grab these and go pow. They've got connected textures. Just so nice. And you run faster on the roads. All in all, this is really, really quite nice. And then I came over here, took out all of the hardened clay, replaced it with dirt and grass, and planted a nice little spruce forest. And then this spire that was here that had the magma cube spawners in it and all the various resources, well, it's still underneath of this thing. This is a relatively hollow mountain. And yeah, it's still down there. So it's entirely possible that I might hollow this out completely, make it into a clearly not evil at all layer for my space research. Yes, space research. But mostly I did this for the view. It is so nice from up here. Got the nice little forest. I'll try to push it in several other directions as well. You get a good view of the base overall. You can see that there's still a bit of room to grow that I want to do. Still need the roads around the sidewalks too, but they're kind of pricey. But I've got a lot more gravel now. It should be easier to do those. So we've got ourselves a nice spruce forest. We've got a bit of progression in Botania. This assembly halo will be so nice. Next time, I will definitely do the new Matacraft stuff. I will work on getting the materials for the PCBs, but we will definitely do the assembly line next time. There is no if and or but about it. We will do the assembly line next time. Next time. But other than that, I'm probably going to make a slime forest biome over there. Blaze, who stopped by for the most out of anybody on the stream, suggested a nether biome, and I think over there will be a good place for it. Once I get some more glowstone and netherrack, that'll be great, but that'll require an upgrade to the conjuration station. We'll see how that goes. But this quadrant over here, I still need to pick. So if you've got ideas for what that quadrant should be, please leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Some of the front runners are jungle and frozen. So like tundra, snow, ice, maybe duplicate a ice spikes biome over there, but something. I won't make the whole world just those four, but these four districts here will be the spruce, the slime, the nether, and then something. So if you got a good idea, it doesn't have to be one of the standard Minecraft biomes. If you just have an idea for something that would be awesome, feel free to leave an idea. So yeah, the southeast quadrant needs your help. But that, I believe, is the vast majority of what happened on the stream. This work over here was the majority of what I was doing, because this hill was not quick. This is all hand sculpted. It's a little bit like a tree. I kind of gave it roots. So if I ever do make a giant tree, it would likely look a lot like this. But I think that's all I need to talk about for this episode. So I will see you in the next episode, or stream, of Blast Off with Light.